This is Steve Robbins. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys, quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. Once upon a time, we protected our valuables physically. When our beloved Schmoopy gave us a set of platinum pillowcases, remarkably impractical, but it's the thought that counts, we would fold them carefully and put them in a safe deposit box. It required 2 keys, ours and the bank manager's, in order to open it. And you know what? As safe things go, we would make things pretty darn safe. Now, though, much of our lives are electronic. We talk to our banks, our brokerages, our social media accounts all through the internet. Heck, some of us even have money that's nothing but electronic bits. The electronic equivalent of that 2-part lock is our password. And compared to the physical locks, our passwords are very insecure indeed. Now, since I'm something of a security geek, join me to explore password best practices. Now, I'm not going to try to explain the rationale behind these tips. If you're interested, you can read up on computer security on your own. Today, we're just going to make a to-do list of things you can do to be more secure. First, use strong passwords. Strong passwords are passwords that are hard to guess. The ideal is to use a long stream of random characters like, N-A period, G, capital H, K, D, V, capital H, 8, E, F, 8, capital N, 9, 2, H, lowercase I, capital C, J, Z, lowercase A, capital M, lowercase U, capital G, 7, D, ampersand, N, 6. I'm sure you were thinking of the same one. And you want to choose a password that's at least 23 or 24 characters long. Some security experts also recommend using the first letter of each word of a memorable sentence with some sort of punctuation added. So, frisky cats enjoy 437 different types of cat food becomes capital F, lowercase ce 4 DTOCF, which is the first letter of frisky cats enjoy 437 different types of cat food. And then, of course, you can add a number sign or @ sign or something like that somewhere in there to make it a little bit obscure. Now, of course, the problem is that you need a pretty long sentence to get up past 20 characters. If you want a password that's more memorable, choose several words at random and string them together with punctuation. Now, when I say random, I mean actually do something like throw dice and pull them out of the dictionary. If you just choose them psychologically, you'll tend to associate words with each other and they won't be nearly as random. If you do use this method, however, use something between 5 and 7 words. Since words are easier for hackers to guess than just a random string of letters, you need more words to get the same amount of security. And do not use proper English sentences. Just a string of words like airplane, octopus, hero, hold up, legion, radio. Maybe separated by dashes or commas. If you use proper English sentences, it makes it a lot easier for automated password programs to guess. Use different passwords everywhere. It's important not to use the same password in multiple places. You've probably noticed that trusted institutions keep getting hacked and their data gets stolen. They're not actually trustworthy. We're talking about companies like Experian and Equifax, whose only reason for existence is keeping accurate, secure data, and yet, oops, 14 million passwords and personal information. Sorry, we lost them. 140 million people's personal information? Oh, gee, what a screw up. And do you know how they lost it? They lost it by not even following the use a strong password guideline. Yes, they used a crappy password. And then there's companies like Target, which gave an outside contractor access that led to huge amounts of stolen data. And of course there's Yahoo, which accidentally allowed 1 billion accounts to get hacked, so on and so forth. If you use the same password in multiple places, then a hacker that gets a hold of your password in one place can try that same password first when attempting to break into another one of your accounts. If you use the same password on Yahoo and Google, then one account breach potentially gets both accounts. If you want to amp up this technique, also use different usernames on different sites. I generally choose a random word from the dictionary as a username, in addition to having random passwords, so my usernames are things like zombie, global, domination, and freeze ray. Maybe those aren't random after all, but I'll bet no one would ever guess any kind of pattern. Don't write your passwords down. Now that you're choosing different usernames for each site and strong passwords, you will be tempted to write down your usernames and passwords on a sticky note and tape them to your computer since they're just about impossible to memorize. But please, 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 please don't do this. There's no guarantee that the person who comes into your office to empty the wastebaskets isn't an evil undercover computer black hat hacker hell-bent on stealing your identity. Believe it or not, I've actually had that happen to me. Commit your passwords to memory. But don't try to commit them to your own memory. You almost certainly already use dozens or hundreds of websites. I use thousands. There's no way to remember all those usernames and secure passwords by heart. So get a password manager. With a password manager, you store all of your passwords in a password vault, and you then protect that vault with one super secure master password that you do memorize. And you never, ever, ever write down that master password except in your will vault, so if something happens to you, your estate can access your password-protected electronic thingies. Any good password manager will integrate with your browser so it can autofill your usernames and passwords when you're trying to log into a website. And also, most password managers can generate secure passwords for you when you need to enter a new one, change your password, or create a new account. However, the security of your password manager is super, super, super duper important since it contains all of your other passwords. If anyone finds a way into your password manager, they've just gotten in to be able to take over your entire electronic life. That's why you want a super secure password for your password manager. There are dozens of password managers out there, but you have to be very, very careful which one you choose. Most of them have not been created by people who are security professionals who are really, really deeply versed in how to protect sensitive data in a hostile environment. The two password managers that have been the best rated by security professionals, the last time I checked, which was last year, are 1Password, that's the digit 1 password, and LastPass. Personally, I use 1Password. It runs on every platform, Windows, macOS, iOS, and Android. I've read their security white paper and I've spoken with one of their developers at length, and it's really clear that they know what they're doing and that they take security very seriously. For a brief golden period, the online world was a friendly and welcoming place. No more. Now it's a dog-eat-dog network out there. Everywhere you look are hackers, foreign powers rigging elections, and even our own government spying on us. When your 21st century schmoopy gives you virtual platinum pillowcases, protect yourself. Create a virtual safe deposit box by using unique usernames and passwords for every site. Use strong passwords and a password manager to make it easy to memorize. Then you only need to memorize your one super strong password, and it will be child's play to rule them all. I'm Steve Robbins. Follow Get It Done Guy on Twitter and Facebook. If you want great keynote speeches on productivity, living an extraordinary life, or entrepreneurship, hire me. Find me at steverrobbins.com or join my personal mailing list by texting Get It Done to 33444. You'll also get a free copy of my secret book chapter on how to build relationships that help you succeed. Work less, do more, and have a great life.